We started this trip very early on Monday morning. I had a 3 a.m. Uber to the Philadelphia airport. I got on my flight in plenty of time, and then while we were landing in Dallas, had some awesome views while we were landing there. Then, while I was at the airport, I got to meet one of my coworkers, John, who was also at the airport on his way to California. John and I were able to sit down as we were on the same flight, so we were able to catch an Uber together before we got to meet all of our other coworkers as well. It was really great that we spent an hour or so really getting to know each other and kicking off the trip in an awesome way. Now, on the drive, we got to see some beautiful scenery as well as we drove through the mountains of Reno over into Lake Tahoe, California. Now, when we got there, we got to meet some of our team members, but our first night was all about getting there and getting to meet each other, and we had an awesome barbecue as well. Got to have some conversations, enjoyed a nice meal, and played games like Cornhole and billiards as well. And one of my favorite parts is that you're able to have conversations with some coworkers that you've never really had to get before. Now, going from the East Coast to the West Coast wasn't easy at first. In the next morning, I was actually up really early, so I decided to go for a walk. Got to really enjoy some of the beautiful scenery that California had to offer. Once we got ready, we head over to where the rest of the team was. Our first day was all about going over company goals, where we are now, and ultimately where we're going to be going into the future as well. Tod, our founder and CEO, gave a presentation, followed by our product team sharing about Pipedream Connect, a new product that we're rolling out, which we're really excited about as well. After that, it was time for a hike and time for lunch. Most of the team put on their hiking shoes, and we hiked 1.5 miles up the mountain to see this beautiful view of Lake Tahoe. Now, there were so many incredible views from the trees from when we were walking up to some of the breathtaking views before we even got to the top, all the way to the beautiful scenes that we could see as we got to the top of the mountain. We also brought some sandwiches as well, so we were able to enjoy some lunch and have some great conversations as we took in some incredible views. Now, besides the incredible view, one of my favorite parts was actually the conversations as we were walking up the mountain with coworkers, both on the way up as well as down. Being in person really allows you to have some of those interactions and conversations between coworkers that are really impossible to replicate in the remote world. So it was really cool and took advantage of some of those great conversations as well. After the hike, we went over to a soccer field where we did some team building activities. And one of these activities was actually splitting up into small teams and seeing who could build the tallest freestanding structure using only balloon art. Now, it was really fun doing this with a bunch of engineers because engineers natively love solving problems. So it was really cool to see all the unique ways that the team used balloons to either tie structures together or even use the weight of the balloons to hold down their structure as well. Our team's pump unfortunately broke just a few minutes into that competition. However, we used a couple of the stickers that came with those balloons to replicate what that one-way valve looked like. So now it was really funny because engineers are always finding innovative solutions, as that's what the team really thrives themselves on. So it was really cool to be able to see the team put some of those problem-solving skills to use, not just on software as well. We shared another delicious meal in the evening before we got ready for my last day in California. Now, the final day that we had in California was a day we called our Hacks Day. Now, Hacks is where everybody comes to the table, pitches their ideas of a problem that we want to solve as a company, and then that list is prioritized, and then we break out into small teams to achieve some of the problems that we set out to. Now, to see the team work in person was truly remarkable, and it got me really excited to see what we could achieve together following the offsite and in the months and years to come as well. Now, during this time, I got to put my interview hat on, and I had a chance to set up some equipment and interview our product manager, Danny Roosevelt, talking all about his background, as well as our new product, Pipedream Connect. When it was time for a break, our head of revenue, Danny Archer, and I went down to Truckee to go get some souvenirs, and we also tried our hand in fly fishing as well. Now, Danny is a fly fishing connoisseur, and he was incredibly knowledgeable, and he taught me the basics of what we were able to do. Although we were only there for an hour and we didn't catch any fish in that hour, it was really cool to learn that new skill. And in the meantime, we took in some incredible sights as well. While we were down the river, I got to take some of these pictures, and I even messed around after the fact and created some nice looping live images, which really turned some of these cool nature pictures into virtual backgrounds, which I'll show here as well. Then it was time for our last team dinner. We all got to sit down one more time to enjoy some delicious food, and got to have a nice salad, some steak, and then a delicious cookie to follow it up as well. Now, From dinner, it was time to take a red eye back to the East Coast. Not one person was waiting in security when I was trying to go back, which for everyone who travels, that is a really nice thing. From the time I stepped out of my Uber to the time I was through security was about less than 5 minutes, and that was a really beautiful thing. After 2 planes and over 12 hours of traveling, I was greeted by this beautiful sign, and I knew that I finally made it home. Now, the long travel gave me a long time to reflect on the trip. From hiking to sharing drinks and meals to games and really all of those little interactions in between, I truly got to know every single person so much better, and I'm so excited to see what we're able to do in the months and years to come and what we're able to build as a team. Thank you all for listening to today's episode. If you are looking for the easiest way for your users to connect to over 2,200 APIs right in your product, build in-app messages, CRM syncs, AI-driven products, and so much more, you may want to check out Pipedream Connect. Connect really powers developers to enable powerful workflow automation directly in their application, enhances user experience without sacrificing performance. With Pipedream Connect, you're also easily able to automate process, integrate APIs, and manage workflows all within your own interface. So if you want to check that out for yourself, head over to pipedream.com/connect to check it out for yourself. Thank you all so much for listening to today's episode, and stay tuned for more episodes as well as more YouTube videos coming from me soon. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your day.